Okay, so what I plan for this to be is a descriptive, a playthrough, at least of the storyline, and probably eventually or early on maybe a lot of the side quests, but definitely storyline, definitely main things to hit in the game. I'll do my best to voice act the quest text and stuff that's not already voice acted, and I'll do my best to describe things for those who suffer from visual impairments that maybe make it so they can't really enjoy all the visual effects of these games. I think the storyline is pretty cool in this game so far. I've only made it through the first expansion. Is Final Fantasy XIV, if you didn't know already. And yeah, we're gonna start with the first two opening videos, because the first one was made when the game was originally created, and the second one adds a lot of cool stuff to it. But the first one actually gives some information that's helpful, and I don't know if I can do it during the videos, and I don't know if I want to ruin the audio of the videos by talking over them. So maybe I'll go into editing in the YouTube videos that you're hopefully watching to describe what's going on in the scene. There'll be a lot of pausing and explaining, but I would assume for those who are visually impaired, it would be nice to have some idea of what's going on. But yeah, let's start with video number 1.
Hydaelyn. A vibrant planet blessed by the light of the crystal. Amid azure seas, encompassing the westernmost of the 3 great continents, there lies a realm embraced by gods and forged by heroes. Her name, Eorzea. The annals of Eorzean history chart the rise of a succession of great civilizations, each one enjoying an age of peace, the Astral Eras. To date, all have proven ephemeral. In the year 1572 of the 6th and most recent Astral Era, the Northern Empire of Garlemald amassed a great army at the heart of Eorzea, seeking dominion over all. Rising in desperate resistance, the forces of the Eorzean Alliance met their would-be conquerors in the field. Yet, even as the battle raged, the lesser moon, Garlemald, was plucked from the heavens through imperial machination. From its core emerged the elder primal Bahamut, who unleashed his fury upon the realm. The devastation brought Eorzea to its knees and the era to its end. 5 years have come and gone. The light of life still shines upon Eorzea. Man labors tirelessly to raise himself from the calamity's ruin. The realm is forever changed, a stranger to him once more. Yet heedless of what lies ahead, he shall press on. Spurred by the promise of peace and prosperity. Amid this period of great change, an adventurer arrives in Eorzea, one whose tale is yet unwritten. May he ever walk in the light of the crystal.
And that brings us back to the title page. Movie number 2 does not have narration. It is titled A Realm Reborn, demo and title. And this is what they came out with when they basically revamped the original game. The original game didn't do super fantastic, I guess, when it started. I was a long-time Final Fantasy 11 player, as well as 7. Didn't like 8 a whole lot. Played some. I think I only made it like to halfway through 8. Played all of 9 a couple times, all of 7 a couple times, all of 10 at least once. I'm planning on playing that again and been putting up YouTube and maybe Twitch videos for it. But yeah. So 14. I played 11 for a long time, off and on. Kind of went back and forth between that and WoW and the Secret World and Guild Wars 2 and Terra. Was fun too. But anyway, yeah, so they revamped it, and I guess whatever changes they made it take off a lot better than it had previously. And this is the video for it. There's no narration in it, so I'm gonna... It's kind of the same, it's mostly the same thing, it's just it's actually added some cool stuff that is all visual, pretty much. So I'm gonna do my best to explain what's going on while it's happening. And while I'm doing so, you're also going to understand what happened in the previous video that I didn't want to talk over the narrator, because the narrator does lay out a bunch of things that are necessary and helpful to understand what's going on. But yeah, here we go. We open on just a roiling cloudy sky with fireballs kind of falling from it. See a globe in the sky, some giant ball that is fiery and like it's falling from a great height. And there's a weird blue sword in the middle of it, in the bottom, that's doing something. And then these fireballs are falling upon cities while people watch. Well, they're just falling, not upon cities specifically, they're just falling everywhere. Seems pretty random. Like an after effect of whatever's happening to this globe in the sky. And then we're upon this kind of desert, rocky but desert land where there are two forces. And there are generals watching from both sides, one in an airship and a plateau with others. One side has basically mech warriors in a sense. The other side has magic wielding and axe wielding, and shield and sword. And one warrior with a giant great axe swiping it back and forth and knocking out enemies left and right. He looks up at the moon. There's a moon. Just let us set them loose. Now a female archer, cat-like, leaps into the fray to help the warrior who's overwhelmed. The black mage is slinging her spells, and the white mage is helping the warrior. The warrior was helped out by a paladin. The black mage destroys the warriors. Looking on is a man with white hair who's looking up at the moon. He's part of the good side of the plateau. All of a sudden, that giant blue sword-looking thing is thrust out of the moon and into the ground, knocking over almost everyone with the impact. And then it starts to get fiery hot, expand, and just things are starting to break out of it, and all of a sudden you see this giant black dragon. Apparently this moon, or whatever it was, has been holding him in. He gets out, he shoots all the moon. But he's doing a firebolt here earlier. each other in just this manhood. Giant dragon that no one expected, and from this giant dragon flying around the sky, from all these little like missiles, all shooting off of it, and all streaking, and not straight lines, they're curvy and not targeted really, but everywhere. They're exploding, hitting everything, flying over towns and port cities, just wreaking devastation. Operators and agents just still don't know what to do. Yeah, some of the missiles sweep towards these warriors and mages and such. The giant white dome light protects them with one man, an older man wielding a staff, doing his best to fight against the onslaught of Bahamut with his white magic. Bahamut opposes this, starts to descend toward them. Beams of light fly up from around the world, at least around the continent. And you see the man speaking his strength, rebolster, and uses several white, kind of jagged spear, sword things just float around Bahamut and then coalesce upon him and try to cage him and try to create a new moon. Just this brilliant white moon surrounded by these moons in the sky, just giant moons that all float up and try to reinforce this moon, but Bahamut breaks out of it. This fiery devastation. Bahamut charges up. You would assume just ridiculously powerful attack. And that white mage with the staff, the older man earlier, teleports everyone out of the battle. And that is his dying act. He embraces death with a smile. And we flash to a forest. And the logo of Square Enix pops up. They're the developers of this game, in case you did not know. And running through this forest, you might be familiar with a chocobo, I hope, chocobo. If you're not, they are a two-legged, winged creature, similar to an ostrich, which I hope has been described to you. Pretty similar to an ostrich, but thicker in the neck, and cuter faces, kind of more like faces, I would say. We're just seeing around the world. I believe this is the 5 years later that was talked about in the first video. We're just seeing images of people walking around, enjoying life. Some characters that we will be reintroduced to and or introduced to later. The important ones so far are a cat lady wearing white robes, a human female wearing kind of a white tunic, boots, leather, she has goggles on, and then a male Malafell, who's one of the shorter classes. You see very flashed up on these stills. Spire. And then all of a sudden, I did skip the handsome-looking elvish, I believe he's an elvish man. I think he might be human actually, a handsome human man. And all of a sudden, I believe this is the 5 years later still. Those heroes that were fighting in this battle appear in that forest. So not only will they teleport, it also appears they teleported. A lot of that might help understand certain exposition dialogues later. A lot of memory. We've gone through at least the first two storylines. So A Realm Reborn, Again, the second movie without narration looks very, very similar to the first, but it adds some cool visual effects. That's it for this movie. I do have a character created that we're going to go through, at least the Gridania, which is one of the 3 starting areas. You go through the Gridania storyline first, and then not long after that, it branches out into the overarching storyline. So we'll do that, but hope that this was fun for anybody, and there will be more to come soon.